The drama surrounding Diddy, Shannon Sharpe, and Katt Williams has erupted once again, and this time it's a messy, complicated web of speculation and shocking claims. Word on the street is that Shannon's former bodyguard, who goes by the key name Big Zaka, just dropped a bombshell on social media, only to delete it almost immediately. In a brief but explosive post, he suggested that Shannon met his accuser, Gabriella Zuniga, at one of Diddy's infamous parties when she was just 17 years old. This has left fans questioning everything, especially after Katt Williams' cryptic comments during a Club Shay interview last year. In that interview, Katt hinted that he had evidence of some shady dealings in the industry, and even referenced industry deviance, which many now believe was a veiled warning to Shannon. If you go back and watch the clip, it's hard to ignore Shannon's awkward reaction, sweating and sipping his drink, like he understood the weight of what was being said. Was Katt subtly signaling that he had dirt on Shannon's connection to Diddy? The timing of these claims, along with the post from Big Zaka, has many fans now re-examining Shannon's words and actions. When asked point-blank if he'd ever attended one of Diddy's notorious parties, Shannon denied it, claiming that he wasn't even on the radar back then to get an invite. "I'm not that big," he said, adding that he was a homebody and preferred staying to himself. But let's be real, there's a lot of skepticism surrounding that statement. Hollywood is full of stories about the exclusive parties where people could get away with just about anything, and rumors surrounding Shannon's personal life have only fueled further intrigue. Interestingly, there's been persistent chatter about Shannon and his former stylist Hollywood, also known as Diddy, who's rumored to be part of Diddy's inner circle. The two were spotted together frequently in 2023, courtside at games, vacationing, and generally looking like more than just a stylist-client duo. As the rumors about Shannon's sexuality began to swirl, so did the whispers about his relationship with Hollywood, who's known for being outspoken and having a history with other athletes. The situation only got murkier when Hollywood's past claims came to light about his alleged relationship with NFL star Kerry Rodesses, further stoking the fire about Shannon's private life. Shannon eventually cut ties with Hollywood in August 2023, which some have speculated was in response to the growing buzz about his personal relationships. Shannon downplayed the situation, claiming Hollywood was never his stylist but just someone helping out, but his defensive reaction only seemed to raise more questions. This ongoing saga involving Diddy, Shannon, and Katt Williams continues to unfold, leaving the public with more questions than answers. What's clear is that the lines between rumor, speculation, and truth are all being blurred, and everyone's waiting to see how this tangled web will eventually unravel. Stay tuned for what happens next. It's clear this story is far from over. Shannon Sharpe's relationship with his former stylist, Hollywood, also known as Diddy, has certainly raised some eyebrows over the years, sparking plenty of speculation about the true nature of their bond. Shannon has always defended Hollywood, even going as far as to declare that the two of them are an unstoppable duo, destined to conquer the world of fashion. But the intensity of his praise, "I got the best stylist in the world, not just in the United States, but in the entire world," seems a bit much for a simple stylist-client relationship. After all, most people don't feel the need to make such grand statements about someone who merely helps them with their wardrobe. The controversy surrounding their connection deepened when Hollywood's past started to surface. Before Shannon openly acknowledged Hollywood as his stylist, rumors swirled that Hollywood wasn't just a fashion consultant. He was allegedly involved in other, more intimate aspects of Shannon's life. Bloggers and gossipers even went so far as to label Hollywood Shannon's former gay companion. And things didn't stop there. Some insiders have claimed that Hollywood was a regular at Diddy's infamous parties, where he allegedly played a role in entertaining Diddy's high-profile guests, some of whom were rumored to have more than just platonic interests. Although there's no concrete evidence tying Shannon to those parties, the association makes sense when you consider his off-camera lifestyle and the kind of circles he's been known to run in. After all, Diddy's parties were legendary for their secrecy and the often deviant behavior that took place behind closed doors. Shannon's accuser, Gabriella Zuniga, who claims she met Shannon when she was 19, also has connections to the industry. It's not a stretch to imagine that she could have been working at one of Diddy's events, potentially crossing paths with both Shannon and Hollywood. This is where things get even murkier. A now-deleted tweet from someone claiming to be Shannon's former bodyguard added fuel to the fire, making some intriguing comments about Shannon meeting his accuser at one of Diddy's parties when she was still underage. The bodyguard hinted that anyone who watched Katt Williams' interview on Club Shay from January 2024 would understand the connection. Now, fans are speculating that Katt's cryptic comments about Big D deviants getting exposed were aimed directly at Shannon. As Katt put it, everyone, from Diddy to other big names in the industry, will eventually have their secrets come to light in 2024. And apparently, Katt's been gathering receipts all along, which made Shannon visibly uncomfortable when the topic came up. Fans are now revisiting that moment in the interview when Katt Williams talked about how he's been collecting information for decades, alluding to the fact that he knows a lot of dirty secrets about people in the industry. It's not hard to see why this would rattle Shannon. The entire exchange between Katt Williams and Shannon Sharpe has stirred up more than just a few rumors. It's raised serious questions about what's really happening behind the scenes in Hollywood's most elite circles. Katt's words, sharp, deliberate, and pointed, have left many wondering if he was not just talking to Shannon, but about him. The subtle digs, particularly when Katt referenced Shannon's unnatural allegiance to losers, have sparked intense speculation. It's almost as if Katt was hinting at something deeper, something Shannon might be trying to hide. This cryptic moment during the interview makes it feel like Katt knows far more than he's letting on. For those paying close attention, it's hard to ignore the uncomfortable body language between Shannon and Katt during the exchange. Shannon, normally calm and composed, looked visibly rattled as Katt spoke directly to him. The flustered reaction, where Shannon needed a drink to recover from Katt's comment, only added fuel to the fire. Fans quickly picked up on the tension, leading many to speculate that Shannon wasn't just caught off guard by Katt's comments, but that there's some truth to the accusations hidden just beneath the surface. But the mystery doesn't stop there. The pieces of this puzzle are starting to come together in a way that points to a more complicated narrative than anyone initially assumed. The alleged connection between Shannon and Diddy's Notorious parties is one that keeps cropping up in conversation. Some fans, reading between the lines of the bodyguard's post, are piecing together a timeline that paints a more concerning picture. According to the bodyguard's claims, Shannon might have met his accuser at one of Diddy's parties when she was just 17, an accusation that, if true, would completely shift the narrative surrounding Shannon's involvement in this drama. This connection to Diddy's infamous gatherings adds an eerie layer to the situation. Known for attracting industry insiders and offering a space for controversial and questionable behavior, Diddy's parties have long been associated with secrecy and hidden agendas. If Shannon was indeed part of that scene, it would raise uncomfortable questions about his role in a world that's been riddled with rumors and allegations for years. What started as a seemingly innocent stylist-client relationship between Shannon and Hollywood, his former stylist, is now under intense scrutiny. Hollywood's alleged connections to Diddy's inner circle, his past as a regular at Diddy's gatherings, and his ties to other industry figures have left fans wondering if this stylist-client dynamic was more than just professional. Was there something deeper at play? Was Hollywood more than just a stylist? Was he a part of something larger? Something that Shannon may have unknowingly or knowingly been a part of? In the midst of this, Shannon's denials only seem to intensify the mystery. The fact that he continues to assert that he never attended any of Diddy's parties, and that his relationship with Hollywood was strictly professional, has done little to quiet the whispers. Fans and industry insiders alike are questioning whether Shannon is being entirely truthful or if he's trying to cover up something far more significant. At the heart of this unfolding drama lies a crucial question. What's the real story behind the intricate web of connections, secrets, and accusations? As more information emerges, it's becoming increasingly clear that what appeared to be a simple, isolated incident is anything but. The allegations, paired with the prominent figures involved, suggest a much deeper and more complicated narrative than anyone could have imagined. From the murky ties to Diddy's infamous gatherings to the questionable relationships between Shannon Sharpe, his former stylist Hollywood, and others in the entertainment industry, this saga is shaping up to be more than just a fleeting scandal. It's a web of intrigue that's been decades in the making. The more details are uncovered, the more questions arise. Each new revelation adds another layer of complexity, prompting fans, critics, and insiders alike to reassess everything they thought they knew about these individuals. Shannon, once seen as a respected sports figure and media personality, now finds himself at the center of an uncomfortable spotlight. Rumors about his connections to powerful figures, his rumored presence at Diddy's notorious parties, and the mounting accusations are slowly chipping away at the image he spent years building. For someone who once seemed untouchable, the stakes have never been higher. But perhaps the most pressing question is how much longer the truth can remain hidden. As more pieces of this puzzle come to light, the pressure is mounting for those involved to come clean. Will they continue to deny the truth, hoping the public will eventually lose interest? Or will the truth eventually force its way to the surface, no matter how hard those involved try to suppress it? The fact that the story is continuing to unfold in real time suggests that we may only be scratching the surface of a much larger and more complex situation. As the tangled web of secrets continues to unravel, one thing is clear: there's much more to this story than meets the eye. With each new twist and turn, the narrative grows ever more convoluted, and it becomes harder to separate fact from fiction. The question remains: will the full truth ever come out? And if it does, what will it mean for those involved? Time, as always, will tell. But one thing is certain: the truth has a way of coming to light, even when the web is at its most tangled. Only time will tell. Looking back, it's hard not to feel like Katt Williams was throwing some serious shade at Shannon Sharpe during their interview. If you watch Shannon's reactions closely, it's almost like he knew exactly who Katt was talking about. Katt's intense gaze as he dropped his warning about secrets and shady dealings was palpable. Shannon was clearly rattled. His body language told the whole story. He shifted uncomfortably, then grabbed his drink like he needed a moment to regain composure. It was a rare slip for someone usually so composed, but the pressure of Katt's words had him visibly flustered. That moment felt less like casual conversation and more like a calculated jab. Don't forget the moment when Katt Williams called out Shannon for having an unnatural allegiance to losers. That line hit differently as new details about Shannon have emerged. One fan even remarked that Katt was clearly making a direct dig at Shannon when he said his loyalty to losers wasn't like him. And another fan chimed in, saying, "The only thing Katt got wrong was calling Shannon's allegiance unnatural. It's actually been natural all along." As for the whole claim that Shannon met his accuser at Diddy's party when she was 17, it's still just speculation at this point. There's no solid proof yet. But honestly, if that fact eventually comes to light, it wouldn't really surprise anyone at this point. Interestingly, Diddy's ongoing trial has somewhat shifted the spotlight away from Shannon, giving him a bit of a break in the media. But with all these rumors swirling, it's clear this story isn't over yet. So, what do you think about that post from Shannon's alleged bodyguard about his meeting his accuser at Diddy's party? And do you believe Shannon when he says he never went to any of Diddy's infamous gatherings? Drop your thoughts below, and don't forget to tune in for the next video.